So labor efficiency below target is not, a small issue. It's a direct margin hit. And so when multiple system types consistently fall under your threshold, it signals either underscope bids or weak execution. And so this KPI is going to show you, how to move from an opinion to measurable accountability by PM and by system type. Okay, so what we're going to show here in this data set, if you want this data set, there's a link to download it, but pretty basic data set, you're going to have project, when did it start, what market is it, system type, PM name, how much revenue, and then here, quoted hours. And then, sorry, this is your quoted hours. This is what the standard is, like industry standard, and this is actual. And so those are the only columns we need because we're going to slice and dice this by system type, PM name, and to get the efficiency, we take standard hours and divide it by actual hours. So in other words, if like this one here, 17 divided by 19 is less than 1. So you're below standard, right? Your labor efficiency is less than 1. And yeah, that's pretty much all we need. I did do one calculation here, which is just at the row level. So if you wanted to see the actual jobs that are below, say, 85%, 90%, you could do it by this. And all you have to do with this, is just equals standard hours divided by actual labor hours. And you can see the percentages match. Okay, I'm going to delete this though. Okay, so the first thing we need is we want a unique list of the system type. And we're going to use the unique function here by system type. Well, unique. Sometimes Excel is like weird. Like you press enter and it doesn't bring everything in, but it's the right formula. And then we're going to sort this alphabetically by using the sort function, and then copy, and then Control-Shift-V to paste. And then the same thing, so sort unique table PM name, right? So we get that here. That little pop-up shows up because I don't put this bracket there, but it's easier to press enter twice than it is to go into the formula and type it. And then the final thing we want here is we want to transpose this across the rows. Like we want it to be in the row and not in the column like that. So Control-C, Control-Shift-V. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to sum Brandon Shaw actual hour or standard hours, for Brandon Shaw control retrofit and divide it by actual hours. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually start with the overall because I want to sort of walk you through the process here. So for overall, we're going to use SUMIFS with the table, and the first thing we're gonna sum is the standard hours. What are industry standard hours for the job? And then the next thing I'm going to do it on is I'm going to do it on the PM name, and that's going to be here. Right, so we're good here, and then what I'm going to do is I need to divide this by the actual hours. So everything else is the same except for the sum here, except for what we're summing. So here we want to sum the actual hours, and here you get the percentage. And then I'm just going to copy and paste. Don't drag it, just copy and paste. And so like on the surface, this tells you something, right? But it's not as granular, and that's why I was sort of wanted to start with this. Because now as we get here, you can see what's above and below this. So anything below this is bringing down the average, right? Is less efficient. And so what we can do, and I'll show you, is I'll just copy this. I'll paste it here, and all we have to do is add the criteria of system type. So we could do that here. Here, and then comma, table, and then system type, comma, B3. So we're good there, and then here, same thing, comma, table, table, system type, comma, B3. And then now you get the percentage. And again, this isn't telling you much, right? I mean, it's pretty much the same thing here. But now we want to, bring this down and across, but we're getting an error. And the reason is if you look at the blue here, it's Brandon Shaw. But as you drag it down, the formula comes down with it. So we need to lock the cells. So anywhere you see the column, which is the red here, even though your colors might be different, you need to put the $ before the letter, and it'll lock that. Meaning as you drag it over, it won't change. And then anywhere you see the blue or the row, because again, your colors might be different, you put the $ before the number. And then now you can copy and then paste. Make sure to copy and paste. And now this tells you a way better picture, right? You can see consistently your rooftop units are crushing you, right? And so that's the benefit of doing it this way. And then finally, an overall is going to be, let me just do this, copy this, paste this, and then remove anywhere the name is for the PM. So essentially anywhere you see the blue, again, your colors might be different. And then here, and then copy, paste, then Control-Shift-5 just to format it. And yeah, I mean, that's how you do the exercise. So I'm just going to highlight these, go to Home, Conditional Formatting, Color Scales, and then red. Oh, red. Why is that pulling up? Red is going to be low, right? Red isn't high. The higher, the better, right? Because it means that the higher the number is, the closer the actual is to the standard. But one thing I'm going to do here is I just want to show you the same thing, right? But what we're going to do this time is we're going to create a heat map, because this is good, but if you want to see any value below a certain number, say 85%, that's what this is for. And so, you can 85, 80, right? So you can do it that way, just if you wanted to spot check. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, say, 85% here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this just to remove the conditional formatting just on this one, right, from selected cells. Then I'm going to highlight everything again, hold down Control and highlight this, go to conditional formatting, highlight cells less than 85. And so you can see here that everything is highlighting. And then finally, the last thing I'll show you is, like, say you wanted to have a target cell, a cell of 85% with the word target inside of it. Like for your team, if you're sharing this, with your teammates or your colleagues, and you want them to know, like, hey, you can change this cell. The reason why you're seeing this error, the reason why you're seeing everything highlighted is because this is text. And so we need it to be a number. You can't compare numerical values here to text here. And so type in, whatever, another percentage, press Control-1, go to Custom, and then for the percentage one, here where it says 0 and then the percent sign, quotations, target, colon, space, quotations. And up here, you can see what it will look like. So yeah, that's essentially how you calculate it. I mean, again, I understand that getting these things could be the hardest. I mean, I'm working from a structured data set. I work with a bunch of HVAC guys, and I'm familiar with how the data looks. I mean, obviously, this isn't their data. It's just recreated from what I've helped them create. But yeah, so anyways, if you want this file, link to download. If you can't find it, shoot me an email. I can't spell my email. And also, if you need some help, structuring your data, getting the insights, any of that stuff, again, you can shoot me an email, or there's a link to where you can hop on my calendar. But anyways, that's all I got for this one, and I'll see you in future videos.